Oregon football with Mike Bellotti.
Here's the play, 4th down. Need 4. Harrington going to go back to throw the ball. Wide open in the end zone. Peel, touchdown, Oregon. Snuck in behind and perfectly thrown again. I mean, that's one where if I'm Joey Harrington and he's so wide open, I throw it up there and let him fair catch the thing in the end zone. But instead, Joey puts this thing right on the money. His 4th touchdown pass of the game, Jerry.
Oh, my.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti. The big 3 down and 5 to go. I'm Joe Giansanti along with Coach Bellotti and Mark Larson.
Over the next hour, we'll relive Oregon's convincing win over USC. We'll go inside the locker room for the celebration and also spend some family time with the guys as well. But first, Coach, congratulations. You got through the big 3 games. You swept the LA schools in Washington for the first time since 1948. Congrats.
Thank you. I'm very proud of our kids and our coaches. I think we had a tough game down there, one in which we came back and battled. We're sometimes our own worst enemy in terms of committing some penalties and some turnovers that I was not pleased with. But overall, I thought our kids really fought back, and each side of the ball complemented the other in terms of making a big play to get the momentum back once we might have lost it.
Now, I know you're not big on rankings, but this week you are ranked 7th in the country, ties the highest ranking ever for the program.
Well, as I said before, I said last week when we were 9th, you know, it's great for where we are right now. I'm pleased for the fans and the players and the parents and all that, but we have to work every week, and we have to live up to that ranking. It puts a little bit more responsibility on our part, maybe a little bit bigger bullseye on our chest for our opponents. But overall, I'm pleased. I think we are playing better, and the most important thing is for us to continue to improve to make that thing happen.
And another close game in the 4th quarter, and instead of just sitting on it, you put it away with a 4th down call. Talk about how satisfying that was.
Well, it was very satisfying to have it work. you always, when you go for it on 4th down, at that point in time, we were up by 4 points. I knew a field goal couldn't beat us. I knew that a touchdown still would beat us, and even if we got ahead by a field goal there, it would be a 7-point margin. 8 could beat us. I thought we could take a chance. Even if the clock stopped, it was going to stop on change of possession anyway. So I said, what the heck, let's go for it. We had some miscommunication on the sideline with my headset did not work at that point in time. So everybody asked me what to do. I said, go for it, go for it. And we had to take a timeout for me to make sure they understood. But it was good, great execution, great play.
Of course, we'll see that again in a little while here on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti. But now let's go ahead and go to the 1st quarter and a beautiful day at the LA Coliseum. Oregon running onto the field, 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, and plenty of Duck fans on hand to cheer on the guys in white today. And this one started out with USC going after it and trying to run the ball early.
I'm not sure we were really ready to play. You know, we started off a little sluggish on defense. We weren't getting off of blocks. It wasn't we missed tackles. We just didn't get off of blocks.
Palmer to Antoine Harris for 8 yards on this play, and they barely get the 1st down. And it turns into be a big 1st down because they get another chance with Sultan McCullough, and he cuts back, Coach, and goes the distance. Yeah,
we had a guy, we were in our outside linebacker was wide, came down, we just couldn't make the tackle. And once he gets a step, he's much again like Michael Bennett, which I talked about, he can go all the way.
So the Ducks down early, 7-0 on the big play by McCullough, but they respond in a big way. Great drive that almost didn't get going here. Harrington to Justin Peel, he fumbles it, but luckily hops right on it.
Great bounce of the ball. A lot of times you don't get those when you're on the road, but we were very fortunate there.
Very soft grass at the Coliseum. Harrington to Marshawn Tucker, a gain of 14 to the 46 and a 1st down. The Ducks finding some holes in the SC secondary.
3 receivers, 2 to the left. Willis is the one to the right. And Joey under center. We'll go back to throw. Little roll, stops, looks, pumps, now throws wide open, caught 1st down at the USC 35-yard line. Mark it at the 34. And I'll tell you what, Howery was.
Very nice job here in our protection. You can see this opens up a huge throwing lane for Joey. He sees Keenan on the backside. Actually waits till he passes the underneath backer, and Keenan sits right in the hole, does a very nice job, key conversion.
Joey getting it going right away. Next up, they'll look for his other receiver, Marshawn Tucker. And this play was working all day long, a little down and out.
Well, we're getting him to run. They play a lot of bump and run, man to man. If you get him to run with them, you get the stop pattern coming back to the sideline.
So Oregon gets the ball on this play to Maurice Morris. Southern California, though, sniffs out the little swing pass, and Oregon faced with a big 3rd down and 11 yards to go, and they make it work.
The throw comes left, sets, looks, wants to go down, and it is. Was that caught? It was. It was first down at the 10-yard line. It's so far away, it looked like the ball was.
You talk about a tightrope act. This is it. This is a great protection, great throw by Joey, and great catch by Keenan. How he gets that foot down just across the mark, I don't know, but it's unbelievable. Great job, great execution.
And you're inside the 10-yard line. You try to punch it in here on the ground on first and on second down. Maurice Morris trying his luck. Little belly toss, didn't work right there.
No, they had that one sniffed out a little bit. They got 3 or 4 guys over there, and I think Maurice didn't quite trust his speed on that play. I think he still could have made something, but he learned because he did later on.
3rd and goal to go.
Pass, it's there, 5-3-2, touchdown, Maurice Morris. Wondered when they were going to bring it. They practiced it this week.
Okay, this is a little dump screen that we put in. Really, we had an old middle screen, we used to call it, and we shifted the name. Real nice job of timing by Joey and Maurice. And then again, it's off to the races. They widened their backers out to cover the inside receivers, which made it a little bit easier for us.
So we're tied up at 7 apiece, and after that, the defense has a period here, Coach, where they really control the game. Seth McEwen with the stop on McCullough. It set up a 3rd and 2. And then the USC offense decided to go with a little trickery, a weird formation there, and your guys snip it out.
We call that barnyard, and we did a good job. We saw a little bit of it last year from Cal, and our kids did a great job.
There was a penalty on the play, so it wouldn't have happened anyway, but nice to stop it. So Oregon starting from their own 28-yard line. Harrington to Sammy Parker, 209 yards for Harrington in the first half.
Threw the ball well, and again, part of that was they packed the box, had 8 or 9 players in it. I was really pleased with our offense coming back after that first series, though, and the defense stepped up also.
And then Joey taking it himself this time, slides down. That's what you like to see, right?
That's exactly right. He's learning, getting better all the time.
And then back to Maurice for 4 yards and a big first down. Morris, tough running yesterday, but played very well.
He did a great job. To get almost 100 yards, and again, they had unblocked safeties at the point of attack all day long.
Good play there by the defense. Sets up a big 3rd down play. Oregon going to Maurice Morris. They need 8, and he just comes up a bit short.
Yeah, I thought he might have stayed to the outside, followed his blockers, but I never doubt or question a great running back in terms of his decisions.
After a punt, USC back in its own territory. Big 3rd and 4. Kareem Kelly got 4 yards and then sticks the ball out there and got a good spot.
Crazy spot.
Yeah, amazing spot. And then the chain seemed to lengthen. It got shorter at the measurement time, too. I don't know.
So they picked up the first down. You lose a chance to get the ball deep in their territory after the punt. Not much damage done, though. Not much room there for Sultan McCullough. And we're all tied up at 7 after the first quarter. So you withstood that first emotional touchdown for USC, and you've got the game back to even. You must be feeling good about where you are at this point.
I was, because that's the first touchdown we've given up in the first quarter, and we also were behind, and we made up that deficit early, and I think it got both sides of the ball with a lot more confidence going. It's a tough place to play, great tradition. We didn't talk a lot about that. We wanted to make our own tradition. I think the kids believe in that.
Second quarter was a good quarter for the Ducks. They come out getting the ball after a punt, and they strike quickly in the second quarter. The flame burning high above the LA Coliseum. Again, just a fantastic day, and Oregon goes right to work on the Trojan defense.
Oregon, they're on 23. And Joey back to throw the ball. Step wants to go deep. Way downfield looking for Howard. He's got it. First down at the USC 48-yard line on a perfectly run pattern and a perfectly thrown ball. That's execution. You know, it looks like Howard.
Great job by Joey here. Great protection, first of all. The play fake sucked the guys up. And he puts the ball right on a line. There's a very fine opening there between the safety and the corner. He puts it right in. Keenan makes the catch.
Big day for the LA kid, Howard. 8 catches, 126 yards, and the Ducks have the Trojans on their heels.
And one back, and down the throw, rolling right. Joey wants to throw the short nose deep down the side, going for Peel. He makes the grab in traffic and goes down out of bounds at the 23. He had a guy in front of him.
Another play-action pass. We're going to move the pocket this time. Good job by Ryan Schmidt pulling out there. We get a little penetration inside, but I'll tell you what, Joey puts the ball on the money, but this is a great catch. Justin Peel battles, pulls it in there, drops his hips down, and gets in bounds before he goes out of bounds.
After that, time for Oregon to take the lead for good.
In the backfield, first down at the USC 23. Harrington under center, and will go back to throw again. Step to the pocket, go to the end zone line. He's got it. Touchdown, Josh Line. The fullback out of the backfield down the right-hand side. A perfectly thrown ball by Joey Harrington. That thing was right on the money.
Great job here again. Good play in concept. It's a play-action faker and get the fullback outside, but perfectly thrown pass, just as Jerry said, right over the top of the defender, right in the hands. Josh Lyon, great catch. Nice job for the touchdown. And Josh Lyon, the secret weapon, maybe not going to be a secret for very much longer. All right, the defense also still playing very well for the Ducks. They lead at 14-7. And the Trojans go back to Sultan McCullough, and Garrett Sable is here, a California kid making a big play. Garrett Sable, Zach Frater, both. They just take it. Garrett stops him, forces him back to the inside. Zach beat his block inside. Great job by the defense. USC backed up here, but they get a big one to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Palmer to Antoine Harris. Steve Smith runs him down at the Oregon 44-yard line. Great job by Steve Smith. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a attack. He landed on him, too, which hurt. I thought he was hurt, and he came back and played the next down. Rashad Bowman with a big play to knock it out of the hands there of the receiver. Yeah, and it was warm, too, and our kids, it was amazing. We almost had some cramping late in the game, but our kids were warriors. They really battled through it. Great pressure there, too. Get Carson Palmer out of the pocket and force the errant throw. Palmer struggling. We're going through a real dry spell there. Meanwhile, the Duck offense back to the ground, and there's Maurice. Another tough run up the middle. Great job. I'll tell you what, great explosion, and he punished the guy at the end of the play. Morris again for 4 yards. Ducks are running enough to keep the Trojan D honest in this one. Morris had 45 yards in the first half, 85 for the game. Faced with a third down, Harrington can't find Justin Peel, so on 4th and 7 on your own 32, time for another punt.
4th and 8. Fake, they give it to Mill. First down, Ducks have it up to the 42 or 43-yard line. Is that a play? Barely.
Well, we talked about this play. We have it in our arsenal every week, and we thought that it would be good here. Great job of execution. Gary Barker, the up back, takes the ball. Scared me a little bit when I thought he might cut back and not get that first down, but he got it. And the thing that bothered me is we didn't get a chance to take advantage of this and get some points on the board for it. As Coach says, unfortunately, the drive stalls again. The fake punt somehow wasted. Harrington incomplete to Howie there. Could have been picked off on 2nd and 3rd down. So on comes Curtis Dorr, and a nice job here from Curtis. Curtis punted well. He hung this one way up there, did a great job. We get great coverage down the field, but he's punting better and better. His rhythm is back. So USC takes over, and they're still struggling to move the ball at this point. They really can't do anything. Carson Palmer is going to go long, but Rashad Bowman almost makes a spectacular play. Yeah, he's trailing, and he sees the ball, almost picks it off. A great concentration on that outside shoulder. Then on 3rd down, Palmer's going to get flushed out, and he will have to scramble for a few yards, but the Duck defense holds again. They get the ball back, and the offense doesn't take long to go right to work.
And the right, Parker is to the left, and Joey to throw. Sets, throws, wants to go deep, trying to get it to Sammy Parker. He's got it inside of the 15-yard line. Great play by Sammy Parker. Looks up at the Oregon fans.
They were up and bump and run, and one of our adjustments is to take off and go on the go route. Joey does a perfect job of putting the ball over the top, and Sammy does a great job of boxing the DB in with his body to keep him between the ball and the defensive back. So great job by both of them. So after that, Maurice Morris going to get the ball. He's going to rush for 6 yards to the USC, and then a huge play coming up after the Morris run that I think, Coach, the Pac-10 office might want to take a look at. Joey Harrington to throw to Keenan Howry. Yeah, we have sort of a rub play out here. Good job. Nice catch by Keenan. Right there, looks like an obvious face mask or grabbing the face or helmet, and the ball. The official marked it down at the 1-yard line, too, which bothered me a little bit because then he was overruled somehow. Ball did come out, but obviously the question whether it was a penalty or not is something that has to be determined. Now here's the replay, Coach, and I mean, you look at this play, it's horrible to lose the ball and give it up, but you got to be happy that Keenan doesn't get hurt. I mean, he just gets ripped down. Well, he did get hurt. Actually, his neck is strained right now, and he wasn't full go. He still came back and played, obviously, but that's very dangerous. So Oregon gives the ball up. Trojans take over after the touchback. They go back to the belly toss, and there's room for Sultan McCullough again. They did a nice job, took some pages out of our playbook, and actually maybe outdid us in that regard on that day. Well, then the defense tightens up again. McCullough taken down by Matt Smith, so the Ducks will get the ball back. Good job by Matt and the entire defense. Right back to the ground game. Maurice Morris on the draw play. Good blocking again. 6 to 8 yards on the draw is awesome. That was also a chance to try to freeze those safeties, not let them come as hard. Big 3rd and 5. Harrington to Peel. The ball is ripped out. SC recovers at the 25. And now you have to call on your defense to preserve the lead. Absolutely. We're looking down the barrel, maybe being tied at halftime when I thought we had really done a dominant job. The defense stepped up huge right here. Great job by Jed Boyce and the entire defensive line.
The back, but it's not going to be a run. It's a pass, dump it over the middle. Intercepted by Matt Smith. There's nobody near Matt Smith, so I don't know who. Carson.
Great job here by Garrett Sable, bumping the running back coming out of the backfield. And again, the guy who just seems to find a way to be around the football, Matt Smith, again, intercepting a pass. Unbelievable what he does.
All right, Oregon on to the third quarter, and the Ducks coming out and setting a good tone with a good drive right away to start things off.
Harrington under center, turn and throw. Wants to set up, looks, pressure comes, throws it downfield, and caught at the 49 on a diving catch. A major league, big-time catch by Keenan Howery. I just can't find the words.
You know, we don't usually get the ball in the second half. We usually take it first half whenever we can, but same idea, play action pass here. Great job by Joey. Right on the money, over the safety. Keenan Howery diving catch. The two work again.
Strain neck and all. Keenan's still going flat out to get that catch. Then you go back to the ground game. It's Maurice Morris. Going to get 3 tough yards here.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks up in there, and we got beat on the backside on that, unfortunately.
And then Maurice will lose a yard on the pass play here. Another good play by the Trojan defense.
Doing a nice job. He attracts a lot of attention, that safety hug right up there.
So you have to give the ball back, or so it seems.
No rush, and the fun wobbly spiral, very returnable for Bouchard. Nick balls the ball. It's on the turf. Battling Oregon doesn't have it yet. It's still loose. Had a chance. We'll have to wait and see. There's a big pile. Matt Smith had a great shot at it, and the Ducks have it. Oregon does have the football down at the 7-yard line.
That was actually Curtis's worst punt of the day by the directional part, but it worked out great because it's a tough one to handle. Bounces off the receiver. Matt Smith comes down, rolls over the top of it, can't quite corral it, and then Josh Rogers, he's sliding in at the bottom of the thing, corrals it against his body, comes up, huge play and big turnover, great field position.
So first and goal at the USC 7. Harrington is going to get outside and scramble for 4 yards on the option, but there's a penalty on the play, so you're back at the 13. Maybe it's better because now there's a little more room for the passing game.
Double tight ends, backs in the eye, and Harrington under his center is going to go back to throw the ball. Plenty of time. Looks, Howery's open, doesn't see it, throws it instead to Collins for the touchdown on the right-hand side. He had a choice. He could have gone either way, but LaCorey Collins was wide open.
Great job here. We didn't want the penalty move back, but unfortunately taking advantage of it, we did. Great move here. LaCorey Collins was double covered and shook the coverage. Joey, perfect timing on the throw. Touchdown result.
So Oregon has some breathing room. 21-7. While that was big, the next drive by the defense may have turned out to be even bigger. That's because of all the adversity the team overcomes here. Palmer first, broken up by Steve Smith. Nice play, almost a pick.
Almost a pick. Yeah, Ryan Mitchell just had it on his fingertips. Great hit by Steve Smith.
Then it's Sultan McCullough, dropped for a 4-yard loss. But the first of 5 defensive penalties on this drive. That's frustrating.
Yeah, we just lined up offsides on that one, which was inexcusable. There are a couple that, again, we had one where we jumped the snap count, but overall, this one, again, we were holding down the field, which was true. We, unfortunately, had our defensive end trying to cover a tight end. That was not a good matchup. Shame because we got a 10-yard sack right there.
That was a third down play, so it's just like a turnover, actually, because you would have gotten the ball back without the penalty. As it is, the Trojans keep it. McCullough ushered out of bounds by Steve Smith. Seemed to be everywhere.
Had a great day. He really did, defending the pass and the run.
More penalties here. His arms are probably getting sore by calling so many penalties on this drive. And then Palmer hitting Kareem Kelly. No flags here, if you can believe it. He just makes a nice play.
It's a great play. It's great concentration, and when we had people there, just could not defend it. That's a great catch.
So SC at the Oregon 7 on second down. Going for the end zone and way overthrown, but another penalty and another automatic first down. 30 yards and penalties on the drives, and still your defense comes up big.
The defense kept, they hurt themselves and they come back and just, make plays. And a great group of kids who stuck together and believed in each other right there.
McCullough brought down by Ryan Mitchell on second down. So on third down, they're going to try to go to the air. Carson Palmer going to roll outside and finds nothing.
And again, I think it's Steve Smith who actually ends up deflecting the ball away, too.
So, Coach, they have to kick it. They get the field goal, but, I mean, amazing that you kept him out of the end zone.
Truly amazing. Given the adversity in that thing, we gave him 3 first downs or more in that drive, and yet come back, keep him out of the end zone was awesome.
You get the ball back, and Joey Harrington going back to work, back to Keenan Howery for 9 big yards here. Nice pickup. And then back to the ground. I mean, just everything working. Seemed like you really had your way.
Well, we did a nice job mixing things up. This is a tough run here by Maurice. I mean, he breaks 4 tackles. That's maybe one of the best 4 or 5 yard runs you see.
Then it's Harrington to Marshawn Tucker. Nice game for Tucker. Kind of hasn't been heard of in a while, and he came back pretty strong.
Came up with some big plays. That was a great job by Joey stepping up in the pocket, too, to escape the pressure.
Alan Amundsen getting some work. He breaks it up the middle for 10 yards, and the Ducks continue to mix it up on the Southern California defense.
To the left. And one back. Maurice back to throw the ball. Pressure comes. The shovel pass. It's there again. Maurice cuts it inside 30. Caught from behind and pulled out at the 29-yard line. First down. Second time today.
Again, the same situation. A little bit different formation this time. And sneak the guy inside. Very same example and great result.
All right, then Harrington's going to go to Morris on a more conventional pass play. This one didn't work quite as well, though. Maurice going to be brought down here for a loss of 3. Screenplay just never kind of got set up.
No, they did a great job. Polamalu, their safety, who was in on 1,000,000 tackles on the day, did a great job.
So you decide to punt it here rather than go for the 50-yard field goal. Safe play.
Yeah, and I considered before the loss on that play, we would have thought about going for it or going for the field goal or going for it offensively on 4th down. We chose to punt.
So USC here trying to get out of bad field position, and they do. Another big play out of their own end. They just couldn't do much past that point, but 34 yards on the play right there, and that's the way the quarter ends. SC on the move, but the Oregon Ducks are in the lead.
A little hot out there, though, Coach. You have a pretty good lead, but are you concerned about the heat at all?
The heat was a factor, and it got worse as we went along. I do think, though, the enthusiasm of the fans and the band helped our kids, kept them excited.
Band was very good. They were making noises, that annoying USC band as well in this football game. Let's go ahead and go to the 4th quarter highlights. Oregon showing that they're going to play some good ball here. Of course, the clock is in their favor. SC, though, having the ball, and they're driving. McCullough getting outside again on the belly toss for 18 yards.
They caught us on that one. We weren't quite in the defense and didn't get as quick a support from our safety and linebacker.
And speaking of heat, Palmer's starting to heat up a little bit at quarterback. Hits his man over the middle for 18 big yards. Bowman brings him down right away, but then Palmer going to Harris, and this one for the touchdown.
They had momentum. They drove it right down. This is a great individual play, one-on-one. We had 2 guys there, just couldn't quite get the ball out.
So 21-17, and what do you know? We've got a ball game on our hands. Harrington, though, with a big drive here to get out of the shadow of the end zone to Howery for 14 yards.
Yeah, we're down there deep. It's important to establish some momentum, get it back, at least establish some field position, get out of our end of the territory.
And coming out throwing, too. I mean, this is, going to Willis here for 12 yards and another first down.
Great job by Joey. He was under pressure there. We did not block one of the linebackers coming through.
Now you want to eat some clock, of course, so you go to the ground here. Morris right up the middle for 9 big yards, and I mean, just getting the yards when he had to, I guess.
Mo ran tough and ran hard, and again, that's a tough thing. It's warm down there, as I said, and they had an extra man in the box all day long. Great throw and catch there, Jason Willis and Joey Harrington.
And then a big play on this drive. Harrington over the middle. Troy Polamalu from Douglas, Oregon, comes up with the big play. The big question, though, did he catch it? Did the ball hit the ground? We're going to take another look at it, and you can see for yourself. It's a pretty good play, it looks like, Coach.
Yeah, I can't tell. The only concern I had is that nobody can see the ball caught. There's not one official that signals it as a catch. As such, again, impossible to tell whether the ball is trapped against the ground, so it is not a catch unless somebody can verify it is. How it got to be that, I do not know.
SC does have the ball and a little bit of momentum after that. Palmer flushed, and
big scramble. I talked about his athleticism, his escapability, which he can do it, and I don't think he was dinged up. They talked about he didn't practice a lot this week, but he seemed pretty healthy to me.
Here we go again on the belly toss. McKenzie cuts back for 9 yards. SC on the move, but then they break down.
Well, our defense stepped up. I'll tell you what, that obviously not there. They're mistaken, probably getting a little excited, but they did have great momentum, and it's important that we come up with some big plays.
Sets up a big 3rd and 1.
Give it to, and he didn't get it. It'll be 4th down. The fullback did not get it. Or Pedro Papadakis, who is the...
By Garrett Sable. We're filling all the gaps, coming off the edge. He just cuts that thing so tight, he stops it back before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Great individual effort right there. Tackle him. Got help inside from the support staff, and I don't know who it was, but that's awesome.
So one of the key coaching decisions of the game, instead of going for it, they punted the ball away, so the Ducks have the ball back. And going for Peel here, and almost a big play.
And actually, we came back to that later on, but that was a play that, you know, right off his fingertips, and he'd like to have that one back.
So huge 3rd down. The SC crowd into it, and Joey steps up.
Stops him. Wide open, Tucker downfield to catch, 1st down and more. 40, spins it to 45, and down at the midfield stripe, 50-yard line, 1st down, and USC blew an assignment. Tucker had no...
I think, honestly, perhaps the biggest play of the game, because we needed to get some momentum, get some good field position. Huge play. We go to an unbalanced formation, sprint that way. Marshawn breaks free down the sideline, does a great job. The ball is almost ripped out here, and I think he got a little defensive. We want to protect that football, get down. He had the yardage, obviously, for the 1st down. Got us out around the 50-yard line. Huge play.
So you keep the ball, a chance to work some more clock, and you go back to Maurice. More tough running, picks up a big 4 yards here. He almost lost the ball too, didn't he?
Yeah, they were going for the ball. They're behind. It's the 4th quarter. We need to do a better job with ball protection all the way around.
Then it's Harrington to Howery for 5 yards and a big 1st down. Look at Keenan fighting.
Yeah, a little misdirection there. I wanted him just to run for that 1st down, not cut back, but he extended the ball, which I told him not to do, but he gets it this time.
The drive stalls after that, but you did get field position back, and the clock now down to 2:46 on the clock, and Curtis Dorr with another good punt, forcing USC to go the length of the field to get the lead.
Yeah, good punt down there, good coverage. Anytime when you hold him inside the 10, he fielded, I think, at the 7, so a great punt.
Trojans starting out over the middle. It's Palmer, got his man, 16 big yards, and then Palmer's going to step up again, and this time under some pressure, and Matt Smith will get to him.
This is a great blitz around the corner. We put the pressure. I made him force it and step up in the pocket where the converging Ducks got him. Great job by Nick Allione and his staff putting together a game plan and a rush plan that they had not seen before. You see some of their linemen look around like, where'd that guy go? And that's important. We want to confuse them, get our speed on the field working.
So now USC with a 3rd and 13 on this play, and Carson Palmer looking for Kelly, looking for his go-to guy, but he does not find him on this play. Out of the hand, sets up a big 4th down, and the Trojans have no choice this time. They're going for it.
On 4th down, needs at least 14 for the 1st down and back to throw. Steps up and throws. It is knocked down. Incomplete. Big defensive play by Steve Smith. Need 4. Harrington going to go back to throw the ball. Wide open in the end zone. Peel, touchdown, Oregon.
Well, we discussed on the sideline the options for the play. This is a play-action pass we'd run earlier that we just missed Justin on. The defense jumped to the run fake and then really gravitated to Josh Line in the flat. Got Justin right down the seam. Great throw and catch. Certainly a great time for it.
So that puts the nail in it, 28-17.
Coach, best catch he's ever made.
No question, and we need some more this week at 7 o'clock at Autzen Stadium.
Okay.
Big night game, the Oregon Ducks and the Arizona Wildcats. It's going to be a huge party, and we'll see you all there. And then again Sunday on Oregon Football with Mike Bellotti. That's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.